This dartboard ain't big enough for the both of us.
You're sure right, boy.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, for another great matchup here in Division 1 of the CSC Challenger Series, brought to you by Partners Promoting Darts. I am Sean Green, joined by my partner in comms, the Nick Teixeira. Nick, it is going to be a fantastic matchup. We got Ryan Gervais, the Wisconsinite, who's playing in Minnesota this evening at Legends Bar, and he's going up against, of course, the former champion from Houston at the Stadium, and Ram Guevara Jr. It's going to be an epic match, man.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to this one. I mean, we talk about how Mike Maloney is the most winningest player in the CSC Challenger Series, but if you look at Ram and Mike right now, 0.01 difference in average right now, and they're both sitting in the top 4 on opposite sides of the bracket. Ram is one of those players that if he had his current form right now, back when we restarted the CSC, he easily could have been the most winningest player on the other end of that, right? So you're seeing a top-notch champion of the show like himself going up against Ryan, who admittedly pulled an upset against the 2-time champion last week. No one was going into this matchup without the expectation of saying there's a good chance this will be an all-Texas matchup, and Ryan played spoiler, and I'm excited to see what he brings to the table.
I am too. We've known Ryan for a few years now. I've always thought he was left-handed. He's actually right-handed, but I'm going to call him the lefty tonight anyway.
They know him well, apparently.
I mean, but I've played against him. He is such a nice human being. He's like that. Listen, the Wisconsinites are all lovable, but Ryan Gervais takes that to like a whole teddy bear level, you know? And then his talent is so underrated. And I'm so excited to see him in this spot in the top 4 of Division 1 of the CSC Challenger Series. I think he belongs here. And we're going to see if he belongs in the king seat, because he's standing in front of him is a major test. But let's get through the business stuff first. Everybody in the chat, hit that share button for us. We want to make this a large top 4 matchup because these guys deserve it more than anything else. Plus, it's Nick and I tonight, so you know it's going to be hilarious, if anything else. But really looking forward to this matchup. You want to take us to the tail of the tape?
Yeah, before we do that, there's just one thing you said there that I really want to highlight is that you said that Ryan deserves to be here. I want to make this expressly clear. If you make it to the top 4 of the winner side of the CSC Challenger Series, if you win more than 1 or 2 matches in a given season, especially on the winner side, you do belong here in the CSC, and that's what's so cool about it. Him, Mike Carter as well, and of course, I guess Mike Maloney too. So I'm excited to see, let's go ahead and talk about the Reaper, playing out of Midwest Coin tonight. Did the hour-and-a-half drive over to Legends in Proctor, Minnesota. 14 years playing, and then averaging right now a 4.93 MPR. Keep that number in mind, folks. Coming at 525 on the All-Star ranking list, and throwing his own barrels from Magneto Darts, the Reaper 20-gram barrels there for Mr. Ryan.
Yeah, he also is coming in this with 25 9 marks, 56 7 marks, 72 5 marks in 44 games played. His win percentage, you did not mention, is a 61.4% win rate, which is 4th overall. And he's been doing it in a scrappy way. That 493 is about 10th, 11th on the list there of averages. So he's had to do it in a scrappy way, just like I expect him to have to do it tonight. He's going to have to do well on those 16s and 15s. He's going to have to time things perfectly because he is going up against a juggernaut in Ram Guevara. Ram playing out of... Oh, you go ahead. Or do you want to do the second one too? Man,
no. Actually, you're so right. You're
go
so
for
right
it.
now. No, yeah, you're so right. Sorry,
No. Just do them both. Just do them both.
So vendor Star City, Stay City. I typed it wrong. I can't even do nothing. It says Stay City.
Yeah, so it's supposed to be Star City. It says Screw City, and then it says Stay City. It's supposed to be Star City Amusements at the Stadium. He's been playing for 13 plus years. His average coming in is a 5.73. This is why we can't have nice things. He's 392 on the All-Star rank list. Of course, he's throwing those super dart Ram Guevara, 9-gram barrels. His average coming into this, a 5.73, like I just mentioned. He has 22 9 marks with 1 white horse compared to the 25 of Ryan Gervais, 45 7 marks compared to the 56, and 38 5 marks compared to the 72 from Gervais. But he's played 19 less games because he got that first round bye. 72% win percentage for Ram. Took down Brian Dennis, Kevin Schmitz, and Alex Spellman in the bye in the first round there to get to this point.
It's important as they are getting into the count-up game here to decide who goes first to acknowledge that Mr. Ryan Gervais has a button pusher in Blake Keel tonight. So we are seeing the return of having a button pusher. Exciting developments early on in this matchup.
Yeah, Blake Keel, I'm going to be honest with you. That's probably what he needs to do. Just get off the dartboard. I've already beat him once online, and that just tells everything you need to know. Listen, if you've never watched before, let's go over that format and specific rules of the CSC Challenger Series. It is a double elimination style tournament. This is the winner side, so neither player is going to be out at the end of this. Players play a race to 9, best of 17 legs, all cricket with a cork or 3-dart count up to start the match. The loser of the previous leg will start the next leg after that. If either player is down 3 or more legs, they will continue to go first until that deficit is reduced to 2 legs. That is that PPD player advantage rule. And buddy, if we go the distance
and we go for speed,
those players will cork for start in the last leg decider. That was the smoothest we have ever done the go for speed transition. So well done, my friend.
Oh, listen, there's one thing that's known about me is I love speed, Sean.
All right. Well, Ram with the start gets a 5 mark to open it off. Gervais going to look downstairs at the 19s, and weirdly enough, he is very right-handed. So right-handed that he actually leans completely to the right side of his throw. There should be no possible way that I have confused that. Yet I have. So here you go.
I was very tempted to change Ryan's nickname from Reaper to Lefty for the bios, but I wanted to, especially with the first appearance on the live stream, kept it respectful and left all my dyslexia-based typos over to Ram with instead of Screwston, Screw City and Stay City. I just really nailed that one there.
Yeah, he actually called himself the Hefty Lefty on my post today. It's amazing. Brandy's in the chat saying, I really want to try Ram's darts. I can't even imagine 9 grams. I know that I've thrown them before. Have you?
I believe I've tried them once. Yes.
Okay. I love the way they actually feel. They do not feel like 9-gram darts. They feel balanced. They feel like a good dart, just a little bit lighter version of it. I actually was really surprised with how comfortable I felt throwing those.
Well, I mean, you see with like bar darts being between 10 and 12 grams, the difference is, right, because of the material of them being brass or nickel, they're way wider, right? So it feels very floaty. It's very, I mean, tungsten's a dense metal. If you didn't know about tungsten, if an asteroid was actually going to hit Earth, the best way to destroy it is to send a giant tungsten rod because it will go straight through with how strong that metal is. So I'm sure it feels quite well in the hand, and he makes it work quite well.
And you see right there, the boom goes the dynamite for Ram Guevara, the first of many this evening. I can assure you of that. The over-under, Mr. Teixeira, you did a great job with this last time, so I'm just going to take your word for it here.
Oh, over-under tonight. So I decided to do zero research as per usual on my 9 marks. I figured I would keep it true to Will, so I'm going to actually go ahead and go with a conservative 26.5 tonight.
Okay. I was thinking a little bit less than that, but last time I thought a little bit less than that, and I was proven wrong. And plus, it's Ram. He's been a part of the 53 9-mark game with him and Mike Maloney. So, yeah, he can do it on his own to get 26, and I wouldn't put it past him, to be quite honest with you. Listen, all right, scoreline predictions. Ryan Gervais is averaging about 0.8 less than Ram. Exactly 0.8 less than Ram, not about. That's a lot. That's a huge margin. It's going to take a lot for Ryan to overcome this. If he's going to, it needs to be timed correctly. He's going to have to hold his throw every time. And he's going to have to figure out a way to just keep Ram from doing the demolition stuff that Ram Guevara can do on the dartboard. Can he do that? We'll see. I have it 9-5 in favor of Ram.
I actually went a little bit more aggressive with my 9-4 as my write down here for Ram. And you're exactly right in your analysis there, Sean. He can absolutely, Ryan, get into the mix. He can go ahead and go on the run, and he can go ahead and play spoiler. But it's Ram Guevara. He has a comfort with this show. He's played on almost as many episodes as anybody else ever has. It's Ryan's debut. And also on top of that, the average difference leads me to that direction. But I would love to be proven wrong tonight, Mr. Gervais.
I would too, because again, Ryan is an amazing human being. And I can guarantee a Legends bar, like Blake Keel doing the button pushing. Yeah, if you're going to do it for someone, I'd do it for Ryan Gervais. Like, he's that nice of a human being. I would easily take that on. It's weird that it's mirroring. He's really left-handed for everybody watching along at home. It's just his camera's mirrored for some reason. I'm just kidding.
It's mirrored, and then we mirror it the other direction, so that way you can read the words on the back of his shirt. Don't pay too much attention to how that would work.
No. It's just backwards on purpose. Like for the shirt, because he knows it was going to be mirrored tonight. Plus, he's going to have a new nickname next week, so it doesn't really matter.
Backwards on Purpose is kind of a good band name. I can see that. Well, let's workshop it, guys.
I think we just did.
That was it.
Ryan is not going to be able to do a whole lot to win this leg at this point. Ram should take this one clear, 1-0 lead for Ram Guevara Jr.
Yeah, exactly right. Ram's just going to go ahead and do Ram tough stuff. And does go ahead and get on the last for a 4.78 to win at leg number 1. And if Rams are on a 4.78, granted the bull brought it down just a smidge at the end. Those are legs that Ryan has to win, right? Because they're below his season average.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a gift by almost a point from Ram. So yeah, if you're Ryan, you're kicking yourself that you didn't beat Ram when he threw underneath a 5, because it might be the only time this evening that Ram averages under a 5 for a leg and darts.
I do believe the first time I got a chance to commentate Ryan, maybe not the first time I met him, as he's going to go ahead and hit a 7 mark. I tried so hard there. I met him at the Plover Dart tournaments over at Doug's Sports Pub. That pink shirt you guys see me wear sometimes. Yeah, shout out to Doug Barry and the crew over there. Gutted we won't be there this year, but excited that it'll still be live with Dead Man Darts. So shout out to them to stepping up. Ken Rip and all them over there. But that being said, when he was out there, I was immediately like, yeah, this guy's the real deal. You sometimes see these names, you see people calling out somebody, especially for the CSC Challenger Series, as this is the guy this year. I can tell you, when I watched him play for the first time I seen it in person, I was like, yeah, he's real deal.
And he is. And it's just this iron sharpening iron scenario for him. Getting these big wins over some of these really tough players is going to be absolutely what it takes. As we get our second, boom goes the dynamite from Ram Guevara on the evening. And you see that Ryan goes 7 mark to open, and Ram is throwing an 8 mark average to start off this. And that's the level of play that Ram has gotten to, right? Like, Ram started off mid to low 2s at the start of the CSC Challenger Series in season 1, season 2, season 3, and was, making top 4, making top 6. He made some good runs, but he was not up there with like the Mike Maloney, Leonard Gates area of darter. Now he's the man, and he's a heavy favorite. He's second next to only Mike Maloney in my eyes as favorite of this, even with Alex Bowman in this, even with Leonard Gates in this, Derek Hinkle. I mean, there's some great names, but yeah, it's always going to be Ram and Mike until proven otherwise, unless Danny comes back.
And watching Ram's progression over the course, him just getting on the other side of his yips at the very beginning, and then to now the position that he has climbed himself into as, again, he's not even a 2-time champion of the show yet, potentially, as the season is still in front of him. But we still talk about him and Mike and Leonard as like the 3 definitives, right? The only other one that holds a candle to is, of course, Kenny and Danny getting their wins. And then I would say Rick Hinsey as well for his 2 back-to-back finals against Leonard Gates. But the moral of the story is you got to watch Ram progress on his dart game recovery to hit new heights. And on top of that, you got to listen to him go from sounding terrible in interviews to a very composed interview-based player. It's incredible.
Yeah, that's a big 8 mark there from Ram. And you're absolutely right. That's actually one of my favorite progressions in this season, or in the seasons that we've done this, right, is those players that I know with you are uncomfortable to start off with, because you tell us that over and over again. And you can see it sometimes in the interviews with the short answers and stuff like that. You're going to see that a little bit with Ryan tonight, to be honest with you. But once they get used to your style and to, just doing these more often, it just becomes better and better. I got to interview Leonard Gates yesterday after this final, as the final win of the season for the CDC. And just the personality that he now can exude, compared to what he did like season 1, season 2, season 3, where it was just like, yep, I'm here. Yep. Let's do that. It's really cool to see these guys actually show off the personality that we see behind the scenes, that they can show in front of the camera. And Blake Keel, will you stop joining? We know that you're watching. Okay. Like, just stay there.
He's just catching strays for existing. I love it, dude. I love it. Look at this from Ram. 6'4" going against Ryan's 5.86. Ryan doing what he's supposed to do, throwing up to a point over where he's supposed to be, or near a point over. And then Ram matching back by doing the same almost. This is a good standard. And this shot right here is a tricky one, because that first start trip is what was needed for the go sign to steal 17s and 15s. Instead, you're going to be stuck trying to find the 16s here on first base.
Yeah, he's in trouble. He might lose the leg right here. Like, that might happen.
You expect him to have a dart, and he will have a dart at the 16. He's going to go ahead and rip it and pounce back for more.
And that's probably enough with Ram having 2 wedges still open. And again, we mentioned at the very beginning of this, Ryan cannot lose on his throw. And let's be honest to Ram right here. He's attacking the Gervais throw because Ryan's throwing really well on this leg. Ram's just throwing the 6.38 right now. And, Ram's going to ram.
Ram is going to ram, and you expect him to go ahead and pop this. He's going down first, 31 points. He has to stay for 2 now, and he only gets 1. A little bit of a wasted turn. That's an error you don't normally see, and an opportunity for a little bit of tomfoolery here.
Blake, I'm pretty sure that it just wants to keep reminding me that you're watching along, because they know I'm a fan of yours.
I'm a fan. He's pretty nice.
I do like Blake a lot. He's a really great kid.
That's what you said earlier.
But I also like giving him crap when I can. Rocky is joining us from Italy. How about that? Buongiorno.
Arrivederci,
well, my friend. Rocky has this one with 24 marks, and he has picked Ram to win this bad boy by a score of 9-5, which was really smart scoreline prediction, I think.
I don't know if you caught that from Ram there in the little bottom player cam, but he leaves a blunder, which did leave a game shot for Ryan. Ryan doesn't take it, and then Ram beds the 17s, and then definitely shows his frustration as why did I just make that so hard? But completely puts out of reach. His ability to recover from a bad turn is incredible.
I'm surprised he didn't get the double ball in the last start, honestly. But yeah. I just didn't want to say boom goes the dynamite. That's what it was.
I thought about it.
Chat, let us know who wins this. What is the final scoreline prediction? Ram is about to be up 2-0. Most likely, unless something chaotic happens, which it could. Another double bull here will at least. Yeah, there's a 24-point lead. So Ram's going to have to get 2 bowls and 2 marks on the 17s or 15s. All right, well, there goes that part.
Ooh, awkward spot. Not that awkward.
He's going to wave it off. 5.58 from Ram Guevara in leg number 2. That being said, Ryan dropped off there at the end, and he cannot do that. He has got to stay strong throughout this process if he's going to stay with Ram. But it is early in this match, right? Ram, I guess, went bowling with the kiddos and wife today. Is that true?
It looked like a bowling alley. So Ram and I have built up quite the cordial communications. So when I said some expletive in Spanish and asked him when he's going to do the interview, he sent me a video of a bowling alley. He said, "I'm with the kids." So I don't know if he was bowling himself. I assumed he was. He wasn't just watching. But either way, he would not have the gutters on if he was bowling. He'd have the rails up for sure.
No. Oh, for sure. He is definitely not a gutter. What are they called? I don't know. Gutter stoppers. I can't think of it right now.
Don't think I can say a response that I thought of in my head.
Yeah, fair. And I appreciate you not doing that. Is it my internet that's crazy, or is it yours?
Everything's loud and clear over here.
Well, that's not good.
If you want, you can just guess what's happening.
No, I can see it. It just is all real choppy for me. Which that doesn't happen very often at all.
There we go.
Bumpers. Thank you. Appreciate you guys. It's been a while.
We were stuck there.
It's been a while. We appreciate you guys in the chat. Still watching along with me too. That's the impressive part. Let's see.
Now, for Ryan, you have to think up until Iron Man got really popular, his last name was very easy to pronounce, but now everyone probably goes for Jarvis instead of Gervais.
Well, I mean, it's kind of like Jeff, right? There's the smart way with a J.
Yeah.
The stupid way with a G. And opposite, though, for Gervais versus Jarvis, you know? And honestly, at least it's not Gervais or whatever we used to call him. We used to get all fancy with it. And you got to realize when it's a Wisconsinite, it's probably just the simple way that you say it.
I think because like Ricky Gervais, right? I think that's probably where a lot of heads went to. It was either Jarvis or Gervais, and Gervais was not the answer expected. As Ram, by the way, big 9. Yes, it is. Look at that timing from Mr. Screwston, not Screw City.
Boom goes the dynamite there for Ram Guevara. 9-gram Ram. And how about, did you see Troy Leroy in there? He says he said, I told you 9-4 Ram. And he said 22 big booms and 6 little booms. So I guess you have to, you're going to say boom goes dynamite a couple times as well.
Or he's predicting 8 marks.
Look at that. In Columbia, South Carolina, it's Gervais, one of our main roads. So that could even have been a third way to pronounce it. And you got to be honest, I actually like Gervais a lot more. So I'm just going to, it seems a little bit more, I don't know. It's Columbia, South Carolina. Why are you going all French with that?
You know what? The town of culture, Port City, as that's a big 3 in the bed there for Mr. Gervais, as you said.
Boom goes the Wisconsinite there for Ryan Gervais.
Is that his first of tonight, right?
Yep, it is. It should be the 4th overall, if I'm not mistaken.
5th overall. Ram has it 4. I did know that.
Okay.
I was pretty certain.
Well, then there you go. I was mistaken. What flights does Ram use?
Dart flights.
What'd you say?
Dart flights.
Yep. Don't ask Nick that question anymore. That's fair, Hunter. Good call. Good call. They did. Barely. And they're probably around that area too. Yeah. At the very end, they showed up.
Lafayette and them did a good big part of the revolution. If you haven't watched Hamilton, do your homework.
He is in Minnesota playing darts, but he drove an hour and a half to get there. He is Minnesota's kind of close to Wisconsin, like their neighboring states. As we get a boom goes the dynamite. And I think Ryan is one of those players that lives more on the border there.
Again, Ryan not doing much wrong. This is very reminiscent of Leg 2 where he fell off at the end on the Bulls. He had 2 different times to take control. This is one of them right here in this very leg. Going first, throwing a 5-5. He's not making strategic errors. Ram Guevara is just forcing excellence and nothing else.
Yeah, right there. He had winning darts if he went double, trip. And that's exactly what you're talking about, right? Ram just keeps you at arm's length, like right there, that last dart. However, the last start didn't really help anything. So opportunity here for Ryan once again.
L-style
it's actually
Astros.
A bit easier.
That is correct, Chad. I had a feeling that I was like, those look like L-style, but I couldn't remember the name of the flight shape for the life of me. I need to rewatch a Jin Mounts video again, probably.
A double. Oh, double would have been good. That helps a little bit. I don't really think that it's going to be enough. Thanks, Tom. Tom says he lives in Ashland, about 70 miles from Minnesota.
It was about an hour and a half drive for him, so yeah, he definitely did have a little bit of a hike to get there. But he had a full car on the road trip, as there is the opening. This is the one, or really the second opening you'll truly get in this leg.
Yeah, he'll take advantage of this as long as he can just settle in and make sure that he hits what he's looking at here. Bullseye first. That's done. And then just two fat 15s. It'll go one trip. And it's a 5.07 to a 5.67, but it's a win for Ryan Gervais, and he's on the board. That one, Ram kind of let him get back in there, but Ryan stayed in that leg in order to have that opportunity. And Ram is human, so he will make one or two errors like that. But very good sign to see Ryan hold his throw there. Otherwise, this could have been a real quick match if Ryan didn't start winning some legs here. So 2-1 lead. Still a lot of work left to do for Ryan. He will have to break the Ram throw once, since Ram did win leg number 2. But if anyone can do it, it's probably the Wisconsinite.
Yeah, you're seeing steady progression. The averages here from both players. 4.78 for leg number 1 for Ram, 5.58, then 5.67. So steady climb. Ryan, 4.63, 4.67, 5.07. So you're seeing the climb up, which is good to see. The difference is you have to maintain the steady rise throughout the match. And here, I mean, this is going to be a free leg as we get a nice white horse here.
Yeah, that's a shotgun blast. He's hit all of his targets in that one. Yeah, so there you go. The L7 Astra flights, I believe you said that already, from L-Style. Ryan throwing the QSOL flights, which I have started to really, really fall in love with the one flight system that QSOL kind of started with, and other companies have kind of taken off with as well. However, currently I'm throwing Cosmo for no reason.
I'm actually on Cosmo right now as well. I got a bunch of those Chicago bullshooter flights, so
that's what I'm throwing too.
Whenever there's a bunch of leftovers, they usually give them to me. Look at this Ram! Oh my! Oh. And Ram, this is not going to help Ryan's average, unfortunately. But this leg is definitely one-way traffic.
Yeah, Ryan is at Legends Bar, in which we will actually see the in-person match on Wednesday between a couple of friends there at Legends Bar. That's going to be Brett Hollanday taking on Corey Beck, two former champions of the CSC Division II, battling out in the top 4. Best friends of each other. They're always partners when they travel events. As Ram throws a 7.36 there in leg number 4. Oh my.
If you were curious about Ram's average, it is now back to a 5.85. He is back to his season average after that one. And that one for 1.67 for Ryan did take it down quite heavily. But again, it was more so just one miss followed by 2 good rounds from Ram. It made the leg decided well before.
Yeah, and unfortunately, Ryan's average is going to be shot after that. Kind of really no matter what he does, unless he throws like a perfect leg to balance it out. But that's about all he can do.
But, you know, and any of these players can tell you the average is just a number. That's not what they're thinking about right now. They're not worried about high, low, anything else in between. It's a cool fact for us to all talk about online. But Ram Guevara, just
boom goes the dynamite.
Leaves me speechless sometimes. 7-1 and 9 marks right now. So Sean, I did
by my
ahead.
internet right now. I'm so weirded out by my internet right now because my speed test was like 200 up and 200 down, and yet it's still like being weird to me.
Well, it's been a good show, Sean. I'll see you around. I'm just kidding. Hopefully that will sort itself out soon. I always blame any technical error on Will Stewart, whether he is here or not.
Oh yeah, you're right. It's definitely Will's fault. Brandon Neal, sorry. I thought you said Ram's average was a 5.85. Disgusting. And it's actually a 5.73. He's throwing above his average right now. for the season, which if he does that, Ryan is in trouble. And he's doing that currently. And he's making it look really easy. Even when he missed in that 3-2, it looked like he was shooting at the 3-2. But yeah, you were going to ask me a question. Go for it.
It was more so a statement than a question.
Okay.
So I started going through, and I started back from our first episode of the CSC, and I'm starting my watch through. I'm rewatching everything because let me tell you, there are some funny moments that I just completely forgot about. First off, I forgot back in season 1 we would actually show the bracket on the screen and scroll top to bottom and give micro opinions of every one of the matches. And secondly, I forgot that it was only in the very first episode, in the first 5 minutes after we got started, where Will did his first mispronunciation. It was awesome. I love watching the progression. There are so many funny moments that I think we've well forgotten about that really has built up over the years into the personality of the show.
Well, I mean, that's where Dirachi comes from. It's from that mispronunciation. As we get a boom goes the Wisconsinite there for Ryan Gervais, his second of the evening. Yeah, that's why we always call you Nick Dirachi to share as Ram fires a 9 mark right back into the face of Gervais. Yeah, that's what he's gonna do. He's gonna be like, all right, cool, I'll just do it on a bigger number. And he again, this is insane that he's forcing Ryan to do this again on his throw.
And to Brandon Neal's question about the Dirachi moment, and you bring it up there, I will say, Chad, if for anybody that has been a longtime fan or previous participant, or you tuned in one time to say that we suck at commenting, whatever it is, I am trying to compile all the different moments and storylines that we talked about over the years to do a full retrospective of the last, now going on almost 4 years.
And based on the timing of how everything has gone so far, he'll have that available for us in about 3 years' time, as he is the busiest human being in the world.
Season 18
currently.
is when that'll be ready. If you're curious, everybody. I rewatched my DPFL video where at the end I'm like, yeah, be sure to tune in each week for the updates. I made one. That was the only video I made in that series.
I mean, you got to do what you got to do. And man, Ram is just continuing to fire on a lot of cylinders. He is a wire width away from 9 marks in almost every single throw, it seems like.
Yeah, also interesting that he chose to start the 15s. Again, that insurance policy from his ex on the 18s, but the insurance policy is going to go ahead and pay its dividends here, as he will get a good shot at these 16s. And again, Ram just playing some bullying stuff, some tough darts. Gervais hasn't been making that many mistakes.
No, but he is throwing a 4.75, and against Ram, you're going to lose most of those doing that. And this is no exception. He goes trip, double, double, 5.88 NPR for Ram. He actually raised his average at the Bulls there. And he takes a 4-1 lead over Gervais. Ryan has got to reel off at least one more leg before the break if he wants any chance at coming back after.
Exactly right. He has work to do. He has to start digging deep here, because again, other than some tail end of legs, some minor missteps, I really do say minor. It's not like he's glaring strategy issues or these wide misses by any means, but what he isn't doing is controlling the leg. And even if you're throwing a 5-5 going first and not controlling the leg, it's not as much about what you're doing as much as it is what your opponent's doing. But you have to find that hitting gear. You have to hit the NOS button. You have to pop the wheelie, whatever it takes to get you that little extra speed you need.
Well, the problem is it doesn't matter. He's going to hit a 9 mark, and Ram almost followed it with a 9 of his own. Unluckily, missed that last start on the 9. Like, that's what he is doing. Ram is hitting 9s after 9s from Ryan. Ryan did start off with a 9 mark here and is controlling this leg, but can he keep this up? So far, so good. Looking down, just above the wire. And again, I'm just going to expect a 9 mark out of Ram on these 17s.
Is Will Stewart?
It's going to happen.
Is Will Stewart Pickle Nipples 98? I've like Wham Bam Peanut Butter and Jam is an old reference.
That's really interesting.
We've never actually answered this mystery, and this is like one of the things on top of my mind.
Well, I appreciate that, May. I know that that's out of love. Blake, you're just mad that I beat you, bro. Let it go. And Gervais doing what he needs to do against or with the throw to kind of stay out in front. But here comes Ram. Here comes Ram.
And all Ram can do in this situation with the 3-number differential and that strong start is just go ahead and hope for an error. So he's going to play for the point game. Doesn't get the 3 in the bed. So Ryan here honestly should start with popping that 17 and then stay 2 at the same number to point, or 2 at the same number to point and pop the 17. You just got to stay very careful on the delivery because you can't leave that 17 open. And he does.
See, Blake just admitted it. I won.
Blake, it's okay. I remember the first time at TOC, I was really struggling with my darts. Sean beat me in a 10-game series. And then all you have to do is go to a different dart tournament, like Rockford, Illinois, and absolutely make him pound sand for 20 games, and then you feel better.
Yep. Payback City for sure. Last league match, though, I averaged over a 3 again. And we don't want to talk about the 0-1 average because it was double in, double out. And I am not as good as the players that we saw this weekend play double in, double out. That is for sure. And look at Ram. His first 9 mark of this match, of this leg. Boom goes the dynamite. But again, he's been wiring at least 3 of them. That first start from Gervais, though, is beautiful. He's looking, he is being aggressive there, and I like that move. You have got to be aggressive when you're playing against Ram Guevara. You know he's going to average 0.8 above you on average. So you have to close out these legs quickly.
Exactly right. You're going to start playing a little bit more of an aggressive strategy, and people could say as Ram's going to go ahead and go back to back, his 10th of tonight so far. You could say all you want about, don't play play the board, not the player. I can tell you for a fact, in a matchup like this with an average disparity like this and the talent level that they both have, you have to mix it up. You have to get a little aggressive. You have to find inspiration on the dartboard when you need to.
Like, I'm going to weirdly say something like, I would have liked Ryan to throw his last dart at the 15 there. Just because, yeah, Ram could hit an 8 mark and probably will. But you still have, then it's 4-3 on bulls. And if you want a shot against Ram and you're going into the end of the leg, and you're telling me that it's 4-3 on bull race, I'm going to take that all day, every day. And again, he should have taken 2 darts on the 15s there. Like, there's no reason not to just get rid of that number. You're continuing to let Ram hit 9 marks.
Yeah, you had to, especially after the first start trip, you have to take at least 1 at this 15. You don't want to elongate where you can. Again, the odds of 15 coming back from a 3-number deficit's low, but if there's someone that can do it, it is Ram Guevara, and you have to keep stuff like that in mind. And you're exactly right. And I will hammer this home to anybody listening across any level. I will always take a 4-3 going into the bulls because honestly, especially in 15-inch soft tip, it is almost as easy to hit 4 as it is 3, right? So take a 4-3 because that means that you're going to have the first chance at winning darts.
That being said, though, Ryan now can just go 2 clear at the 15s if he would like. He does not need to add points here. Get rid of those 15s, and then he can go back to points and feel good about that. And yeah, even if Ram hits 3 in the black, you're still in control of this leg because you have the top 3 numbers. And that's why he should be doing this. And there it goes. Good. Just 2 fat singles. I love it. Then go right back to the 20s now.
Yeah, exactly. Drill it, add a bull with at least a single. He does go ahead and rip the bull, knowing that Ram could go 4 or 5 bulls to add the point lead back, or go for all the closes. He can't have it all, but I personally think I want to have a clear shot for 3 bulls. In this case, not going to matter. This is a good opportunity for Ryan to get a second leg on the board.
Austin saying, my guy took 1 game off Ram in the EDC 135 cap this weekend, needing to throw a 7. Then Ram came back next game with an 8. Because that's what Ram does. But a 5-6-1 from Gervais, that average is what he's going to have to hover around this evening if he wants to win legs. And he did the job really well there. Even though Ram averaged better, Ryan used the high ground perfectly. And one more leg before the break. If Ryan gets this, it's anyone's ball game. If Ram does, Ryan's still in this. But That's because he won that last leg.
Yeah, 5-2 versus 4-3. I mean, obviously, it sounds simple to say that it feels, like there's a big difference. It is a big difference, but the mental aspect of it. If I'm within one leg of my opponent, doesn't matter if they're in the favored position or not. I'm going to feel like I'm still in that match. If 5-2 just starts to get to the point where you're asking yourself questions, or sometimes pleading for a little bit of darting inspiration and desperation, right? And not to say Ryan's mentality is there, but those are the thoughts that can creep into a player's mind. He needs to do whatever he can to try to come into the break with a one leg difference.
Yeah, absolutely. And Blake, that sounds good to me. I'm a former boxing champion, so that makes me happy that you want to do that. I'm in. I'm going to be a lot quicker when you see me next. I've lost a lot of weight, and I'm going to be able to move. But I still have my height advantage.
I would love to do a boxing match. If we took in everybody that's ever commentated on USA Darts into a boxing match, I'm trying to think who would do the worst and who would do the worst. Yeah, well, yeah, I know how she could punch.
Yeah.
Who would do the worst out of everybody that's ever commentated in USA Darts, at least that we can think of, you.
You.
I think I could clock Mooney. I don't know. I think I could clock Mooney, man.
All right. No, I don't know. That could be a good matchup. I think that's a good first round matchup.
First round, the Mooney versus Nick.
Then I'll do everyone a favor and beat up Will, and then we'll go from there.
I think I would take Porky to win overall, though.
Oh yeah, hands down.
Hey, no, hands up. You really need to block
him or Garrett. Honestly, Garrett is going to be sneaky good. Boom goes the dynamite from Ram, a white horse, to almost close out this leg at this point. But that's what Ram's still throwing above a 6.
Yeah, Ram doing exactly what he's been doing this whole time. Yes, Ram's worst legs. He has had one leg, his very first at a 4.78, which he won with. And the next lowest leg after that's a 5.58 in leg 2, which he also won with.
Yeah, I mean, we said it as we're about to head to the break that Ram will probably not throw another leg under a 5. And that's exactly what we've seen so far. But wow. What a show to get us started. Ram just sits down. He's like, all right, job's done in the first half. I'm just going to hang out for a minute. And that is, it's impressive, man. But Ram Guevara 5-2 lead as we head into the break. Don't go anywhere, folks. Hit that share button now to hear these interviews from the great Nick Teixeira. We'll be right back.
The average will do. Joined here by Ryan and Gervais for another great week of action here in the CSC Challenger Series. Ryan, you've gone on a great run. We're excited to have you here. But before we get into all of that, what saloon are you playing out of tonight, and what vendor do you play for?
I'll be playing out of Legends Bar in Proctor for MCC.
And we are excited to have you on because last week we saw Leonard Gates as your opponent, and you played a little bit of what some would call an upset against the 2-time champion, besting him there. Talk to us a little bit about that matchup.
I got a few little breaks in the match and did hit some big rounds that took some games that I probably shouldn't have had, but ended up working all good for me.
And of course, it puts you into the top 4 on the winner's side here against Ram Guevara, another Texan in your way. What's going to be your game plan going into tonight's matchup?
Well, try not to give them some, keep pressure on them and force them to make some more risky throws.
So now that you're in the top 4, you're 2 wins away from making that seat position. You're really deep in on the winner's side. I mean, was this your expectation going into the season, and what's your expectation going into the rest of the season?
I knew I could compete with them. I didn't expect to be where I'm at right this. But I'm just hoping to stay throwing the big darts where I need them and keep pushing through and hopefully get to the king seat match.
And is there anything you want to say to your friends, fans, family, or anybody else watching along?
I'd like to thank sponsors, Magneto Darts and Goat Apparel.
Brian, we are excited here as it is going to be another great week of action here in the CSC Challenger Series. So we wish you nothing but the best of luck in tonight's matchup.
I am Ryan Gervais, and you're watching the CSC Challenger Series.
Push the limits and bring your game to the next level when you shop and save 15% off the Red Dragon Paradigm darts for our September Dart of the Month special. These 90% tungsten darts come in 2 barrel shapes, tapered and torpedo, and offer the same milling across both barrels with radial grooves and diagonal notches in each section. The Paradigm darts also feature a dual coating for a smooth touch in the front and a rougher feel in the back. Each box also comes with a set of hardcore premium flights which feature a sweet holographic effect that will light up your darts with every color of the rainbow as you throw. You can also get a chance to win a Red Dragon Snakebite jersey in the size large with a monthly raffle. How do you enter? Just purchase our September Dart of the Month special and you'll automatically get entered. The giveaway ends October 1st, so don't miss out on your chance for free stuff. Tap the banner on our homepage at a2zdarts.com to shop the Dart of the Month, and don't forget we ship internationally. Best of luck to everyone.
Joined here for week 4 of the CSC Challenger Series, we have previous champion Ram Guevara Jr. here with us. Ram, before we get into it, what saloon are you playing out of tonight, and what vendor are you playing for?
I am playing at the Stadium Sports Bar, and I represent in Star Stadium Music.
Now, Ram, you had a tough matchup against Brian Dennis last week, someone who's done quite well in years past of the CSC Challenger Series. Can you talk to us a little bit about that matchup?
Man, I started off good, and they started picking up a little bit later. It was kind of a little too late for him. I wasn't going to give up the lead that I had. But, I mean, he put in some good rounds, and especially for him starting. He was pushing it. He was coming back.
Now, of course, you have Ryan Gervais, who, did a little bit of an upset to Leonard Gates, some would say, last week to get to this point. We were kind of almost thinking it was going to be an all-Texas matchup. What's your thoughts going into tonight?
Just same as I do every Monday when I play. Stay focused, do what I do. I just mind my own game,
And of course, you are becoming one of the most successful players to ever play in the CSC Challenger Series with constant results and including a title. Right now, you're sitting at number 2 in the average, only 0.01 below Mike Maloney sitting at number 1. What's your expectations for the rest of this season, especially you're 2 wins away from the seat and 3 wins away from making another final?
No, nothing different. Just keep grinding. Can't give up what I'm doing right now. If I let up, they're gonna get me. Somebody's gonna get me.
And then, is there anything you want to say to your friends, fans, family, or anybody else watching along?
Oh yeah, I want to thank my wife for allowing me to play, taking care of the kids and stuff like that while I do this. All my sponsors supported me through everything also, and also want to give a shout out to one of my buddies. He just passed away. Rest in peace, Dylan Connor. He was huge in the dart community, man.
Yeah, absolutely. I've seen Johnson posts talking about him. So RIP to another great dart player there. And to get to tonight, Ram, we wish you nothing but the best of luck in another great CSC matchup.
I'm ready to start, and you're watching the CSC Challenger Series.
Welcome back. Thank you, Nick, for those wonderful interviews with our 2 players. And the storyline here, folks, 5-2 in favor of Ram Guevara. 1 leg below a 5 for Ram. The rest of them a 5-5 plus, including the highest leg, which was a 7-3.
7.36. He's averaging now a 5.88 after 7.
Decent. We're going to see. Here's what's going to happen is Mike Maloney right now is probably going to watch and see just whatever Ram averages, right? And next week, that's going to be his goal. It's to beat Mike Carter first, but then it's to average over whatever Ram does this week, because the goal is that we talk about Mike and him being the favorite in the King Seat match if it goes to that point. That being said, there's a lot left to go in this match, and you can't count out someone who has such a smooth throw and great throw as Ryan Gervais, who can get hot. And if he gets hot for 7 legs here before Ram does Ram things for 4, Madden would tell you that Ryan's going to win.
here's what I'll tell you. There's one clear disappointing thing going on at Legends Bar. It's that Blake didn't even push the button anymore. Is he not really a button pusher? He acted like one.
Darts.
He was sitting in the right spot. Like what the heck is going on there for Mr. Keel? You had one job, man. Ryan, you got to get better friends, man.
Yeah, now he's just throwing on the board next to him instead of being the button pusher. I think I made him start practicing with my trash talk.
Oh, he is for sure about to text you. Go to the bar right now. See what's up.
There you go. The Gervais brothers were some of the best in Wisconsin state darts 20-ish years ago with Kirchner, Helgson, Big Dog, of course, Ulrey. Man, those are. I wish we were doing this when Scotty K was playing, when Big Dog was playing, because Big Dog has the most nonchalant, I don't care throw that I've ever seen in my life. And they always go in trebles. It was the most ridiculous thing I'd ever seen in my life. And he's like 6'8". So they really deserve that name, Big Dog.
I had the pleasure of riding back with Porky from this last Whammo down over to Rockford, where I was staying, looking for apartments at the time. And on that couple-hour car ride from Green Bay, we talked to Big Dog on the phone for a while. And Big Dog said that he was mad at me. And I was like, what did I do? He's like, well, you just never read my comments out loud. And I said, respectfully, you do comment some of the most out-of-pocket stuff I can't read. So, but no, I mean, what a great group. I when I was first getting into the game, one of the first leagues that, not one of the first, but one of the leagues I got into as I started really accelerating, getting above a 3.0 average, was a league that also had Benny Dershin on one team, had Scott Kirshner leading another team. Mm-hmm. I was on a team with Tommy Evans. So to see these like titans of the game and put them in the same respects as that group for Ryan Gervais, I mean, that's high honors there.
Yeah, absolutely. And Ryan's a liar because he said he'd been playing darts for like, let me say, 14 plus years.
He said he's
been
playing
goes the 12. Dynamite for Ram. He did the thing that Ryan was supposed to do, which was the 9 mark. Ryan only got 7. And that is the difference between 22-point lead. What'd you say?
Yeah. I was going to say, Ryan did that thing that we see with players when I ask them how long they've been playing. They either give me the I've been playing since this age number, and he said he started playing when he was 12, and then they changed the number to when they started taking it seriously. So the number is a little bit longer.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, everyone does it. I don't even know how long I've been playing darts, right? Like I can do the math. It's probably been like 16 years, but I don't want to say it's been 16 years because that makes me feel super old. And because I didn't start when I was, 12, like a lot of people. But yeah, Nikki's like name drops. Yeah, you kept throwing in name drops. It was great. I
was the same names that were in the well, no, I threw in a couple actually. I was just trying to flex, guys. I used to be a dart player, believe it or not.
I did not. And you can definitely believe that. Like May just said, Sean throws like he's been playing for 4 days, allegedly. Well, I would say allegedly is a good answer because there are some days where I look like I've been throwing darts for 4 days total. And those happen more often than it looks like I can play darts. So,
and that is true. That's a very apt statement because I remember when I met you, I was convinced you were a good dart player that was here in Florida, another ringer at Skybox. And then I got to get to know you. And that was cool to see the development over time of my opinion on your dart game.
Yeah, you realized that it was luck. No, I had been throwing well. I'm throwing well right now, and that's just because I'm playing a league, singles league, and I've had to get better if I want to beat some of those really tough players. And it's fun. I really enjoy it. It's great to get out there and play. Like this is why we're in these chairs, right? It's because we loved playing darts. I just loved playing darts in level 5 and not at master level because I was way less stressful. 5.0 from Ram is going to get the job done here in leg number 8. That being said, the 5.0 against the throw, Ryan is really going to kick himself that he did not take advantage of that leg.
Yeah, again, another pivotal leg, like leg number 1, which leg number 1 and leg number 8 have a lot of parity coming from the breaks. That's the exact moment where you want to pounce. You're going to get a week coming off a little Gold maybe a little too relaxed from the break, maybe too distracted talking with Mr. Pat Cook in the background. Ram Guevara was, but no, it's a tough position. Again, 6-2, getting more and more detrimental as the match goes on. You're thinking about it. You know you're live. You know you have a crowd behind you, and all you can do right now is hope that your best is enough. And at times it has been.
Well, boom goes the Wisconsinite to start us off with the Niner on the 20s for Ryan Gervais. Ram is probably just going to nonchalantly, only hit a 4 mark on the 19s. And Ryan, you hit another 9 mark here. This leg is pretty much wrapped up already. And when you can do that against Ram, do it.
Yeah, and it's all about getting the 1, 2, 3 close. Yes, you want the 9. Yes, swing for the fences. But that first start, a little conservative, that's fine because your goal is to close. And then anything else you get is extra credit on your homework. And you're a teacher, Sean. Extra credit can go a long way.
I'm not a nice teacher, so I don't give extra credit to anybody.
Are you like one of those believers that like you should get the credit in the first place, not try to earn the bonuses at the end?
No, I was a horrible student. The fact that I teach is honestly a miracle. I think any of my teachers that I had when I was in middle school or high school would be shocked that I am a teacher today. But I always like to say the worst students end up becoming the best teachers. And I'm mediocre at teaching, by the way. I just want everybody to know that. I don't think I'm one of the best teachers. But yeah, I always give leeway on stuff like that, man. At this day and age, you want to be tested on the kids want to be tested, and you want to test the kids on their mastery of things, not when they turn in an assignment. And so timing just does not matter on your mastery level of a skill. So that's what we kind of look at, and that's what I really pay attention to. I tell the kids all the time, like, if it's missing, just turn in whenever you can, and let's move on. I don't even like take off points, like there's no reason to do that.
I will say when I was going to school, I felt like my teachers had 2 different ideas of what I would do professionally. And there was one, especially going to school in Central Florida, everyone kind of assumed that I would be one of those guys that hosts the Jungle Cruise and does the joking and riffing, hosting the Jungle Cruise at Disney. Admittedly, that I could do that job. I would love that job. Disney, please call me. But secondarily, it was used car salesman.
That's fair. Look at Ryan. Big 7 mark to close the door, not seal it, on Ram on pointing, except for on the bulls. But again, having those 3 wedges is huge in this situation. But Ram's just going to, remember what we talked about, he's fine making it a 4-3 race on bulls. You said that yourself, but it's nicer when you're going first on it. But Ryan now can just go clear at it.
And just stay true on the shot. There's no out shot for Ram. You're going to go and say there's no penalty even if you miss this last. And he does drill it there. Gets his 3rd leg on the board for tonight with a 5-0 to a 4-4. Again, Ram coming slow out of the break. A little bit of a correction for Ryan. The right recipes for a comeback, but you need a lot more than that because Ram's not going to stay in this 5 and 4-4 range.
Yeah, exactly. Although, I mean, everyone has little off moments, right? And that's back-to-back legs for Ram of not his best quality stuff. I will say that it helps with Ryan with this PPD player advantage rule to go first again in this leg. At a good opportunity to make this 6-4. And yeah, you still got a lot of work to do on the Ram throw, but you're going to feel good about being back in this match at that point.
Well, and it's all about momentum, right? It's the player advantage rule doesn't give you opportunities to win. It gives you an opportunity to come back. The way you turn that comeback into a win is by taking the momentum of going first and then steamrolling and carrying that momentum into going second in those legs once the difference is made up. That's how you do a successful advantage. That's how you Willie Walker to Mike Maloney.
Yes. Brian will need to be just the consistent one here. He's got to hammer the high number. He can't let Ram get rid of those higher ground. The 3 legs that Ryan has won, I believe he's controlled the 20 through the entirety of that leg until at least the very end of it. So I know that that's going to be a key for Ryan here. And a key might be just, again, get rid of those 19s while you can.
The moment those click again for Ram, it becomes lethal. And there you can
Right.
see wasting no time. And I like the transition. 1917 transition in a game state like
Back
this
up.
makes a lot of sense. And yes, go back up.
I don't know if he is.
He is not.
No, he stayed down, and we'll see. But
Here's
this is
the-
an opportunity now for Ram to steal the 20s and get the point lead.
So we were calling for the aggression, and taking away 17s from Ram normally sounds sound, but it leaves a 9 on the table, and there it is from Guevara. His timing's always impeccable, and when you play aggressive, sometimes you're going to leave shots for your opponent. That time in particular, if he just goes up to the 20, the shot doesn't feel nearly as good for Ram.
Yeah, at the same time, Ryan now, he's going to be down points no matter what. Yeah, and that's going to hurt. Those back-to-back legs, not hitting a treble with the last 2 darts is really going to hurt him.
Shot order there matter too, right? You either start 17 or you don't shoot it till you hit at least 3 18s. They're doing the halfway back and forth, gave him less of a chance to ride in on momentum on staying on the same number because he's going up, down, up. Rough position to do, and there is probably one of the only times so far as those last 2 turns were the first strategic mistakes I really feel like Ryan's made. The other mistakes, just Ram hitting at the right time, Ryan not. That one was the first time I felt like the strategy kind of fought against him a little bit.
I agree with you there entirely. I think that you're dead on. And yeah, I mean, that's why. If you're going to take the close out on the 17s and you know you're going to do that, just do it first. Do it first because that first start was not ideal and you should have stayed on the 18s after that. But instead to then go back down and get the 17, it made no sense at that time because you're still going to be down points even if you hit the triple on the last start. Exactly what you just explained out to everybody, and I just wanted to repeat it. Good.
As long as you started off by saying I'm
6
right,
mark.
I feel fine when you repeat me. That's totally cool.
Ryan asking, are there any soft tip tournaments that don't allow you to wear headphones?
There's a handful.
Not that I know of.
It is very few and far between, admittedly, but there is a handful, especially from other dartboard manufacturers that have rulings like that. Admittedly, I mean, we've even talked about it at Bullshooter for the Invitational in particular, not Chicago, not any other events, but particularly that one event.
Yeah. And you know what? I'm just going to say it. If it's a singles tournament or whatever, do whatever you want. Like, there's no reason not to wear headphones. It's not like you're like getting coaching in your head from somebody the whole time or anything like that. 5.43 from Ram. He gets back into that above 5 level that he likes to sit comfortably in. But other than that, if you're playing doubles and you're wearing headphones, I automatically am a little bit annoyed if you're my partner. And if you're wearing one headphone, we're good. But I like to talk. And I like to talk out strategy, and I like to talk out things. And I feel like if my partner is shutting me down or shutting me off, that's a mistake. And then also, I have been burned before by a partner who can't hear me tell him to throw the dart, and we lose the turn and then lose the match. So that is always a possibility as well.
Yeah, I've gotten to the point where I mean, I've never really been a big headphone player. The exceptions to the rule are karaoke in a bar, instant headphone. Instant. Secondarily, if I'm the only dart player in the bar, because I usually like a little bit more of that pop punk emo type music, sometimes I'll put in headphones if it's a singles based league out of respect to the other bar patrons for not having to be subjected to my music the whole time. But even then, like, it's very rare. In actual tournaments, almost never, unless both my teammates, and like I had one time in a triples team where both of my teammates were wearing headphones, and I was like, well, might as well join them at this point.
Yeah, Marksman says, seems like Ram isn't even trying, just throwing darts away, knowing he can come alive when he wants to. I don't know if it's literally like that. I think it's just, at a certain point in the evening, you don't have to hit the gas pedal as much as you did early on. He did his work early, and now it's on Ryan. The pressure's on Ryan to get back in this. And if Ryan does win this leg, he will go first in the next one. Again, that same opportunity to reel it into within two that he's going to have to take. And I don't like this at all. Those last 2 darts were definitely missed darts, and then he changed the strategy, and you can't do that. He's gonna get away with it, but you can't do that.
And you say get away with it. He still lost. I mean, if you look at the 50-ish point difference, but 2 houses to 1, it's effectively a chalk position in this matchup right now. This is very interesting position. I don't agree with what Ryan was doing. I don't know what Blake told him in the break, honestly.
Terrible strategy, obviously. But
we love you, Blake, for the record. We really are I'm harping on him a lot now.
Yeah, I know. It happens. Yeah, Ram just gets the lead there and slams the door really on this leg at this point. Now, obviously, still very much in this is Ryan, but he's at a huge disadvantage down 2 of the 2 highest remaining wedges here, and he's got to hit a lot of 16s.
And to circle back to that earlier conversation, I do also want to say it's never that Ram's not trying. I want you to know Ram fully intends on beating the socks off of whoever he plays. It's regardless. It is indifferent. He's actually a very nice guy with very mean darts. But that being said, it's hard to be as engaged, as focused, or as locked in when you're in a very comfortable position, because at no point has Ram felt truly threatened in this matchup. There was a chance for it to go 4-3, but even then it was a chance. It didn't feel like it was going that direction per se.
Yeah, I agree with that.
So he's still trying hard. It's just not as engaged.
I mean, it's also Ram never looks like he's because of how smooth his throw is. He's never looking like he is like super focused on getting the job done. He's a real relaxed player. He makes it look so easy. Like he did just there, goes at the Bulls first with that confidence. 4.83. Ryan dropped off hard there to a 3.17, which is my area code. What? But not good when it comes to dart averages when you're playing against them. I want to talk about a couple of these comments because they're hilarious in the chat here. Crystal, of course, she goes, I play leagues with my husband. I'm wearing both noise-canceling AirPods, which I find hilarious. I don't know your husband, but that is great. And then Jake in there goes, yeah, checks out. Blake is actually the 3rd best thrower in his family. And I really hope that there's only 3 people in his family. Not for Blake's sake. Like, if he has brothers and sisters, that's great. But, like, in general, that'd be really funny if he was, like, the last.
I hope you have a small family and your reunions can be held at the average Denny's. Sorry, I don't know why Mitch had to bring there towards the end. Waffle House. I do like me some Waffle House. Yeah, talking about Ram, right? I think he tried to pop the bull there on that dart. I don't know.
No, he went up 20s.
Yeah, that was far off for his 20, admittedly. But the other thing about Ram's demeanor is he definitely practices the art of being chalant. That is his demeanor. That's why when he won what was it, the CSI, and seeing him tear up a little bit, that shows how powerful that moment was and how much it meant for him, and how much it was to get captured like that, right? So when you do see the big reactions, like, or when he won his first CSC Challenger Series title, I mean, you could tell it was a thing that he was chasing after that meant so much to him, and he's been chasing that high again ever since that little stretch there. That last year going into TOC, I believe, right? It was incredible, man. The form and the consistency that he has and has continued to maintain.
Yeah, and there's a lot of people watching along with us that have seen Ram throughout this entire process of 9 seasons in the CSC and where he's gotten to. It's taken a lot of work and a lot of dedication from Ram, a lot of games. I mean, at one point when he had the dreaded D word, I'm sure he never thought he was going to be winning these tournaments or able to throw this good again. I mean, that's how that can mentally mess with you. So I am so happy to see the success that he's able to have. And I think that's what really leads to a lot of that emotion out of him. And plus, he says it every time he's in a interview. Shout out to my wife, Valerie, for allowing me to do this, for staying home with the kids. And he knows that he's doing this to make money for the kids and for his family. And that's why his wife allows him to do this. So yeah, he is definitely taking this as seriously as possibly can. It just doesn't look like it sometimes.
And shout out to the Guevara twins, probably watching along as well on the TV. We know you're here.
Shout out.
You know, you look at Ram, you look at Mike. I would even argue to say, you know, players like Aspinall nowadays too, and hopefully Jules Van Doggen one day as well. You'll see that when these players do get on the other side of dartitis, right? When they get across that line, the mental fortitude and strength that they had to build during playing through something like that, or taking a break through something like that, or whatever it is that got them to the other end, has made them 10x stronger players on the other side. Jules' mentality and persona and demeanor towards darts as probably the strongest it's ever been after hitting a recent very low point. You saw that with Ram, like you said there. We saw it with Mike for years of quietness, and Aspinall watching the pain of being a top 10 in the world talent, falling off that pedestal and climbing his way back to getting into that range.
Yeah, and now he's wearing a 33,000 pound watch when he plays darts. It is good for him. And honestly, it really is. And that's the beautiful thing about this game is most players that are in this game, including any of the pros overseas, a lot of them are blue collar guys who had to work their entire life to get to the point where they're at. And it makes it really easy to be a fan of that type of a person. And we see it here. This is the sport for the every person. The person that, you know, is just going after work, who's had a long day and is just trying to relax and get some competition in. And that's what makes those guys start to get good at it. And it's great to see all these players having the success they are, especially some of the Americans and Canadians and those guys that we love so much personally and have seen grow throughout this.
Just want to say I love what Ram is doing strategy wise in this leg. He has been going for multiple houses, playing from behind, getting a little creative with the going second position, and now he's afforded himself an opportunity for a good turn to go ahead and have advantage going into the bulls. That's why he closed the 16s when he did. He took the gamble on the 9 mark not getting hit. It wasn't, and then their capitalized expert play there from Ram in this position. Yeah,
that's playing chess instead of checkers, and now Ryan might be 3 darts away from this being over.
Ryanara? Sorry. Yeah, no, it looks like it here. Might even be 2 darts as Sean. 3 balls here for Ram Guevara to go ahead and move on.
And he does it. Ram Guevara is your winner of this top 4 match against Ryan Gervais. Ram just hit a higher gear when he needed to in the middle of before the break when he averaged over a 6, over a 6, over a 7. It put a lot of pressure on the Wisconsinite who just was unfortunately not able to put in the same result that he did against Soldier last week. However, still going to the 5th, 6th spot on the loser side. He's going to have some time to wait, a few weeks to kind of process all that just happened there and get to a point where he's going to be ready to go in that 5th, 6th spot. And whoever has to play them there is going to be on notice. Ryan's coming and he's going to be ready to go for sure.
Certainly the case. Ryan's a more than capable player that we just didn't get a good look at tonight with what he is able to do, what we've seen him do on streams in the past. And he is still in this bracket as he finishes out at a 4.32 roughly for tonight. And again, 2 real low legs bringing that down. He was closer to that 5 mark average otherwise. But yeah, that 317 and that 167 just tanked the average. Ram was at a 588 going into the break and then finished at a 551 with a little bit of cruise control on that second half.
Yeah, and I mean, that's going to happen. He put a lot of pressure on Ryan early and was able to kind of not have to do as much after the break. And he didn't. And that's okay because he got the job done and he is moving on. Who is he going to play? That is the question now. Is it going to be Mike or is it going to be Dynamite? We're going to find that out next Monday. But we have a great matchup coming up on Wednesday. We're going back to Legends Bar. This time, Nick doesn't have to do any switching because they're both going to be there because they're both home bars that they play out of. It's Brett's actual bar, and Corey, as his best friend, will be there. So it's going to be interesting. There's going to be a large crowd there because there always is for Brett and there always is for Corey. And they're always rooting for each other. So I'm expecting a giant crowd of just people that are rooting for good darts on Wednesday, and that is going to make a fun atmosphere at Legends. So if you're in the area, you should definitely head over to Legends on Wednesday, because that is going to be a great time. And if you're not in the area, well, great news. We're streaming it live here on Partners Promoting Darts and USA Darts Productions Facebook and YouTube page. So you're going to have to find that information there. And before we go, Target September launch 2025
is now.
I knew you were going to do it. It's now live on A2ZDarts.com. Pick your new favorite darts from a collection of 8 new players and non-player ranges with designs exclusive to this collection that you can't miss, including the hideous Target allegiance. Just tap the banner on their website over A2ZDarts.com to shop all new darts from Target.
I love spending a triple size car payment on darts. Okay, personally, love it. If I had disposable
not
income,
for ones that look like that.
If I hit the lottery, I wouldn't tell anybody, but there would be signs, and the Elysian line is certainly going to be one of them. I think those things are gorgeous, but I might be in a smaller camp there.
Some of them are fantastic. The one this year that looks like just a rock formation.
Baby. That's what I'm talking about. And folks, I just want to let you guys know it's been an absolute pleasure bringing you guys coverage of this one. We've had a lot of fun. Final takeaway for Ryan and for Ram real quick. Ryan, again, we haven't seen the best. He is still in this bracket, and he has the game and clearly showed signs of that game to be able to make a run back deep into this bracket. And he's already done a good job of doing that this season. But for Ram, he clearly shows that he is in a top form and can absolutely go on for a second title if he brings his performance next week against, or not next week, but next time against Mike or Mike, but no Ike. Okay, no Ike.
Why not Ike? That's
always shows the mics.
But either way, how about no Will? Because this has been really, really fun tonight. No, I'm kidding. Where Wildo?
Where Wildo?
Hashtag. And guys, thank you so much for joining us this evening. We really appreciate it. Congratulations once again to Ram, who will be playing for the King seat in a couple weeks. Before then, we got Mike and Mike on Monday, and then this Wednesday, Brett Hollanday, Corey Beck battling it out in Minnesota. Have a wonderful evening, and we'll see you on Wednesday.
Bye.